Hey there, y'all. Welcome back to From the Holler. It's been a while since I have done a video about grandparents raising grandchildren, and if you'll listen, it's very quiet here at my house right now, okay? You might hear the little dogs moving around or snoring or whatever, but it's very quiet at my house. Aiden has gone out on a little adventure with his dad and them. And y'all, it's just part of it. I mean, it just is. And I know this is what I've been praying for. Okay? I know that. I understand that better than anybody. Doesn't make it any easier. Doesn't make it any less scary, you know? But it's a natural progression of things. And somehow, some way, I have to deal with it and get through it and all the things. It's hard, okay? It's hard when they come into your life full time and you have to rearrange everything in order to make sure that their needs and their wants and their wishes are taken care of and all the things. When you realize that you've got to step up and you've got to take the babies in, okay? Whether they be babies or teens or whatever the thing may be, okay? That's a hard step. It's hard to readjust to, going back into mom mode. I know for me, I was already in nanny mode when Aiden came along. He is my third grandchild. So I was already in nanny mode. And then, at 4 months old, here I have this pretty much newborn, okay? And I'm starting all over again. And y'all, things have changed since my kids were babies, okay? And my baby's fixing to turn 31, for heaven's sake. Things have changed since then, and everything was new. And it was hard. It was hard to adjust to the routine, to the schedule, to his way, okay? Even at 4 months old, they always have, their little personalities and their own little ways of things. And they're pretty much the boss. Okay. So Paps and I have adjusted. I've always been Aiden's mom figure. Paps has always been Aiden's dad figure. And I'm not going to speak for Paps in this. He's dealing with this in his own way. And I understand. I totally understand. So, yeah, Aiden will be turning 8 here before too long. And, I was beginning to wonder if this was ever going to happen. Is his dad, my son, going to get sober, do the recovery thing? Is he going to ever step up as a parent and be the parent that I know he can be, that I know he will totally rock at once he gets to that point? And honestly, I never thought that it would happen. And there it's at. I never thought it would happen. I never thought that we would get to this place. I wanted to get to this place, but after so many years, you just, I don't want to say give up, because I didn't give up. It just wasn't in the forefront of my mind anymore, okay? Yes, Aiden deserved to have his dad in his life. Yes, Aiden deserved to be a priority to his father. Yes, he did. He deserved all of it and still does. I just didn't see that happening because my son continued to choose his addiction over his child multiple times over Aiden's lifetime. And now, here we are. He is very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very anxious to jump in with both feet, full blown, being the dad, being the caretaker, being the everything for Aiden, okay? And I'm not hindering that, not in the least. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm just handing the reins over either, because that's not going on. I know in my heart that there are still things out there. Joseph only has we're fixing to hit 5 months sober as of the recording date today, which is January 3rd. We're fixing to hit next week, actually. We will hit 5 months sober. So he's still new to this. He's still new to recovery and sobriety and all the things. He's still finding Joseph, And part of me wants to say, okay, if I do this, this, and this, then that might overwhelm him. Or if I don't do this, this, and this, then it might take his eye off of things, because he will think that we don't trust him, which, I do have trust issues. I'm not going to lie, okay? After dealing with his addiction for 15 years and all the things that have happened and all the setbacks that we've had and the relapses and all that, yes, I have trust issues with my son. I'm not going to lie. There's no reason to lie. So I'm in a hard spot as far as that's concerned. You're always wondering, am I giving too much, or am I not giving enough? It's a fine line, and I'll be honest with you, I do not walk fine lines very well. I am more of a bull in a china shop, okay? And it's hard. It's very hard. I am not a gray area person. I am, it's either black or white, one of the two, okay? And I'm struggling with this. I really am. But that's not all, okay? It's been almost 8 years, okay? It'll be 8 years. Aiden will be 8 next month. And he's never had his dad. It's always been the Aiden and Nanny show. And it's always been Aiden and Nanny 24/7. Paps has to work outside of the home, and, he, other things. And it's always just been Aiden and Nanny. If I went somewhere, he went with me. If I, was in one end of the house, he was in the same end of the house. He was my little shadow. And most of you know, if not all of you know, that they moved in with us in September, I think it was. And Aiden is thriving, absolutely thriving. I see such a difference in him. Yes, he tested the boundaries and the barriers, and yes, he did, to see what he could get away with, and pit me against his dad and vice versa and all the things. And yes, he did. He's a child, okay? He's a very smart child, and he's very creative when it comes to things like that. But yes, he did do that. But it's always been just me and him. If he needed or wanted anything, he's always just come to Nanny. And now I see, since they've moved in, and I'm watching this relationship and this trust between them grow from Aiden to his dad, okay? And yes, trust has to grow with him too. And I'm watching him go to them for things now, and not so much me all the time. And I'm not complaining, y'all. I'm really not. But it's hard to go from 100% to, I think, honestly, I'm down to about, 40 to 50%. He doesn't want to run to the local dollar store Nanny if I have to run out for something. He doesn't want to run out to the local convenient or gas station. We don't have it. It's not really a convenience store, but whatever. He wants to stay here with Dad. If Dad doesn't want to go, Aiden doesn't want to go. And I'm not used to that. I'm not used to the peace and quiet that is filling my house right now. Okay? To where that I am able to sit on my couch and be able to record a video. And to be able to speak to you guys the way that I am right now. I'm not used to this. I'm used to the chaos. I'm used to the constant conversation of, hey, Nanny, did you know? Or, hey, Nanny, look at this. Or, hey, Nanny. That's what I'm used to. And this is going to take some getting used to. Okay? It just is. Now, they're not taking off for day trips, which I would probably be okay with. But it's not like they're taking him anywhere overnight or anything like that. This is just small little trips, and I 100% trust Joseph's wife. I 100% trust her with Aiden. And like I said, Joseph and I are rebuilding the trust between us. So it's getting there. Okay? But I trust her. And I know she'll take care of Aiden. And so I'm okay with them having to run a couple of errands in the town, up above us or whatever, and being gone for a couple of hours. And like today, they asked him, do you want to go? And his initial response was, no, I just want to stay here with Nanny. And then 5 minutes later, it's, well, I think I need to give Nanny some nanny time. And so, yeah, he went. And I was just sitting here. I'm fiddling with my garden seeds because I'm getting ready to get a bunch of plants started here in the house because we have such a crazy climate. And, yeah, everything's... Anyway, whole different video. But I was sitting here thinking, this quiet has got to go. I have got to fill it with something I don't like this. So I thought, you know what? It's been a while. I'm dealing with this. I'm going through this. Why not put it out there and show what I'm going through and show what I'm dealing with and show that, hey, this is just as hard, okay, in my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion. I mean, it is my channel after all. This is as hard for me to deal with as it was in the very beginning when, I went and picked Aiden up at 4 months old. It is. You become, again, I'm not going to say I became his mother, but I was his mother. And this is hard to watch him depend on somebody besides me or Paps for the things that he needs or the things that he wants, Now he still comes to me for a cup of hot chocolate. He likes my hot chocolate. He still comes to me for his snacks and stuff like that because he knows. He knows where his bread's buttered when it comes to the good food, okay? He will go to his dad for a lot. And if Kelly, Joseph's wife, is here, he'll go to her. And yes, he calls her mom. That was something from long ago. And it is what it is. I'm not going to tell that baby that he cannot call her mom. Okay? I'm just not. And after talking to the therapist, we're okay with it. So that's a decision that his therapist and I made. And I don't need to have conversations about that. Thank you. But I am letting Aiden take the lead on this. Like I said, he is 8. But y'all, he's going on 35. Okay? Aiden is a very old soul. He is super smart. I'm letting him take the lead on this and letting him go at his pace as to the relationship with his dad, the trust with his dad, and just letting him do what he feels like he needs to do. I am not pushing Aiden one way or the other. If he wants to go with them, he goes with them. If he says, no, I don't want to go, he doesn't go. I do not push him, not one iota. It is totally up to him. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I am. I've been called that and worse in my lifetime. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. This is hard. Okay? This is hard. But this is part of it. This is part of recovery. This is part of healing. This is part of dealing with the hell that addiction brings with it. Okay? And I'm just here dealing with it. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I am. In most aspects of it anyway. I just wanted to let you know that the hard work really starts when they go into recovery. Okay? It really does. It's not over with, not by any stretch of the imagination. It's not over with. It's still a lot. It's still a lot of work for them, for us, for their kids. It's a lot. It's a lot. I still have my days where I get overwhelmed and I get emotional. Okay? PTSD is very real in this life, and it flares up every now and then. I'm not going to lie at all about that, because that would be doing everybody that, is in this community and that has to live this lifestyle, that would do everybody a disservice. And I refuse to do that. I'm not going to be fake. I can't be fake. I have to be as real as I possibly can be. And if that means that I have to be very raw and very open and very verbal, then that's what it means. And that's exactly what this situation calls for. So, yeah. That's just my thoughts about where I'm at right now. Things that I'm noticing. The part of the path that we're on right now. Will it get easier? Lord, I hope so. Okay? I really hope so. I'm sure it will. This too shall pass. It's just that feeling of happy and sad at the same time. And yeah, you don't know which emotion your body or your brain or your heart is going to just grab hold of and run with on that day. You just don't know. So today, my heart and my brain are in a battle between happy and sad. I miss my baby, okay? But I'm also loving the fact that I am watching something that I prayed for so long to finally be here and to come to fruition. Knowing what the alternative could have been and should have been in August when my son overdosed. Y'all, I'm thankful that the Lord saw fit to allow me to be around to see what I prayed for become real. And I want to say thank you to everybody that has spoken a prayer for us, sent good vibes for us, spoken a prayer for, Joseph, for Aiden, for myself, for Paps, for all of us. I feel like that if it wasn't for, the prayers and vibes and good thoughts and all that sent our way, things could have been a lot different on that day in August. And I know that. Anyway, I think I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to continue to play, as Pat says, with my seeds. Tried to tell him there's no playing to it. This is very serious business. Anyway, I'm going to continue to play with my seeds. Get the laundry done. Today is also laundry day. Get the laundry done. And just get ready for this weekend, y'all. I am looking forward to it. I really am. perhaps goes back to work Monday. Kidding. And yeah, I hope y'all are having a blessed day. I really do. I hope that this video finds all of you well. Be sure to please like, subscribe, and share the video if you don't mind. That really helps the channel continue to grow and all the things. So much love to each and every one of y'all. We'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.